Royal Enfield have launched the new Scram 411 in India. Based on the chassis of the Himalayan, it has been given a Scrambler style and treatment to make it lighter and more agile for the urban streets while still having some off-road ability. In this video we'll have a more in-depth look at the specs and what you get with the Scram 411. Hello and welcome to Moto Chatter, let's dive into the details. The little Scram 411 produces 24.3 horsepower at 6,500 rpm and 23.6 pound-foot of torque at 4,250 rpm. It does this with its single-cylinder 411cc, hence the name, air-cooled 4-stroke engine. The bore and stroke is 78 by 86mm with a compression ratio of 9.5 to 1. The engine is mated to a 5-speed gearbox via a wet multiplate clutch. 24 horsepower doesn't sound like much, but round the tight city streets it could be just enough. The Scram 411 is A2 license compliant, so provides a much needed way into biking for younger riders. The chassis is the Harris Performance, now owned by Royal Enfield, developed split cradle frame from the Himalayan. There are 41mm forks with 190mm of wheel travel up front, and at the rear there's 180mm of wheel travel from the monoshock and linkage. Ground clearance on the Scram 411 is 200mm, which makes the seat height 795mm. There is a 19-inch spoked wheel at the front and a 17 at the rear, and stopping power is provided at the rear by a 240mm disc with a single piston caliper. There's a 2-piston caliper up front on a single 300mm disc, which should be enough. All-round ABS is standard. The Scram weighs in at 185 kg without fuel, so is around 5 kilos lighter than the Himalayan, and has a 15-litre tank capacity. There is a single dial for the speedo with a digital display in the centre. It has 2 trip meters, a gear indicator and a digital fuel gauge. There are also reports of an optional navigation system too, but I haven't been able to confirm this. The Scram is supplied with dual-purpose tyres, so you can take advantage of its off-road intentions but equally find your way through city traffic easily enough too. There are 7 colour options for the Scram 411, with some of them carrying an extra premium. With its spoked wheels, round headlight and cradle frame, the Scram 411 has a classic look, but the colour schemes add in a modern twist for today's urban environment. The sump and handguards complete the Scrambler style, which has been a big sales success for Ducati and Triumph. Obviously the little Enfield isn't going to compete with them on performance, but at its price point nothing else can really compete with it. Financial Express report a price of 208,000 rupees, which is roughly £2,000, 2,500 euros, or around $2,700 US. I would expect the price to be a little higher if and when it is released in those markets, but it's still going to be very cost effective. The Scram 411 looks like a fun city bike. It allows a way into biking for younger or less experienced riders. It has genuine off-road credentials with legit Scrambler styling for an urban setting, and at that price it has no rivals. I think it could be poised to be a big seller for Royal Enfield as it is, but if they have plans to lever in the bigger engine at a price point at half that of the Ducatis or the Triumph, it would certainly pique even more interest, and maybe it could even steal sales away from Ducati and Triumph Scramblers. But even with the little thumper engine, the Scram 411 could still be fun in the city and cheap to run too. But those are my thoughts. What do you think of the Scram 411? Do you think it will be a success? Is it a bike that piques your interest? Let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this quick look at the Royal Enfield Scram 411. If you did, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe for plenty more motorcycle videos to come. You can click the links on screen for more now, but whatever you do, have a great day and thanks for watching.